game day. It's the Jets.
Yeah.
They're sort of as tough defensively as they come. What is the key to success tonight?
Well, they're number one in the league defensively. There's not a time and space. I mean, we were watching video. They close on you quickly, so quicker decisions. I think we always talk about managing the puck. You got to fight for your ice, And anytime you play teams that are very good defensively, you can't get frustrated. You can't throw pucks away. I think that's what happens with some teams, or just it's natural, right? You want to make something happen so bad, but they're so good positionally that you sometimes maybe resetting behind the net or just shooting the puck or just simple plays against teams that are really good defensively. I think that's really the key tonight.
The thing that stood out to me looking at their numbers is how good they are scoring as well. Like, they don't score a ton, but they score a lot more than they give up. They seem like a team that's ready to strike at a moment's notice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you get, frustrated or you mismanage a puck, they got Scheifele, they got Connor, they got Ehlers, they got guys that can score. So that's the whole thing is, if you don't have something, it's okay. Wait for the next shift. So because they do have some quite strike ability with some of their players.
We often talk about how important the first goal is, especially with these two teams. When they score first, your team and the Jets don't give up a lead very often. How important is that first goal tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we've done well this year. We had a stretch where teams were scoring against us. A lot of that time, it's I felt our teams most of the time start on time. Those things sometimes it's an individual mistake and it's in the net, and you got to make sure that. Just because it's 1-0, you can't hang your head. So, yeah, I mean, obviously we're a good team when we get the lead, but we're also a team that can come back.
I know Connor hasn't been going really well lately, but he's always been a guy that pops up against the Canucks. What is it about him, how he finds Kyle Connor?
Oh, yeah.
What is it about him, how he finds soft ice in the offensive zone and just kind of seems to always get open, even though he's one of the best scorers in the league?
Yeah, I got firsthand like a month ago in Toronto, the All-Star game. I like watching certain players, and just his shiftiness is he's not scared to get in traffic. But I watch his way he can change speeds and the way he can get to he goes outside like nothing's happening, and somehow he gets to the middle with his shot. I mean, those are hard. There's not a lot of guys in the league that have that kind of ability to shift to the middle and then shoot. That's why he scores 40 goals every year. It's that shifty capability with a great shot.
Demko tonight?
Yeah.
And any other lineup changes?
No.
Was there any temptation to put Baines right in?
I don't think not really, not yet. I mean, he hasn't had a full practice. We didn't practice today as a team, so. But I think as an organization and the coach, we'd like to get him in here, but it's got to be the right situation.
Just with the busy week, is there more of an experience for him just to see how things flow? I mean, there's probably not going to be a ton of practice ice for him, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's the experience of traveling with the team, getting in a kind of a regular season mode. I think it's huge for these guys. It really is. They can, I've always felt, I'll be honest with you, back when it was started in the 80s when I was playing with the Flyers, they used to call a lot, back then they had no cap. They used to bring up a lot of guys from minors. And I really felt that was a key for that, why they were so successful. Bringing guys up for 2-3 games, send them down or whatever, and it just you just see the hunger of players when they come up here, they go back down, they come up again. You see the difference in them.
The penalty kill's been trending well for the last couple months, but it feels like Lindholm's added another element for you guys. What do you see him bringing to the PK?
Well, it's obviously his face-off. That right-handed face-off we haven't had here since I've been here. Consistently, and this guy, I think it was 12 out of 18 for the dots. I don't know what he was in the how he was in penalty kill. I think he was I know there's 3 or 4 he won to get the puck down the ice. It's huge. Not only that, I think it's his hockey IQ. He's 800. He's played 800 games. I'm sure on most of those games he's a penalty killer. So he knows what he's doing. We have a little bit of a different system in Calgary, and he's already up to speed on ours. So high hockey IQ. And the press is tired of me saying high hockey IQ, but he does.
What's some of
Of Baines?
What is some of the way he plays that you like?
Well, he was a big scorer in junior, and then I don't know a lot about him, but I remember in training camp in the last year, he's kind of found another niche to his game, more of a two-way, you know, it's not just about scoring. You know, he's a high scorer. Like, he's found that if he's going to play in this league, he's going to have to play a two-way game. There was a couple exhibition games this year. I felt he had some good games, like whether it was defensively or if I had him kill a penalty or something. So I think there's some. I think he's from him coming out, or from him coming from junior, that he knows that he has to have something else other than just trying to score. It's hard to score in this league. So if you're not scoring, you better be doing something else. And I think he has that attitude and that mentality.